How many of you are struggling to try to find a part-time job? Well, let me tell you, you're not alone in this battle. Look around you. It is a fact that students today are struggling to try to find a part-time job. The issue is the current economic downfall, and I'm here to give you some tips and tricks to help you find a part-time job while you're in school. The issue is the current job market. It calls for people with experience. However, if a person doesn't have experience, how are they able to find a part-time job? The problem with the economy is when the economy crashed, people who were in the corporate world and in the public sector lost their jobs. When I used to be a marketing coordinator for a local restaurant, I would conduct casting calls, and I would see policemen, firefighters, teachers, people that were CEOs that wanted a minimum wage job because they couldn't find anything else. And I think that's just sad in today's local economy. But that is the fact, and I will help you work through those issues so that you can impress bosses out there. Let me go ahead and first describe the professional wear. For guys, you want to wear something like this, a button-collared shirt. I would also add a tie. It does help a lot. Let me go ahead and hold something up for you. Might be a little hard to see, but you can see two guys right here. One is a little bit more relaxed without the jacket, but still can maintain that professional look because he does have a tie. Personally, I remember going into my second job interview. I wore a tie, and he said, "When can you start?" That's the first time I ever saw someone as young as you wear a tie. So wearing a tie does make a difference. If you're looking for more of a corporate position or something that deals with the private sector, I would definitely wear a jacket. That always helps. Ladies over here, you can see two ladies. One that also has a jacket, and the other one has a little bit more casual look, but both will maintain that professional look that bosses are looking for today. When always applying for a job, you want to have a resume. Students make this mistake because they walk into a place and meet the manager and they do not have a resume on hand. The resume is not supposed to speak for you, but it is a visual representation and managers can kind of gauge of who you are and what kind of experience have you had and what you're basically looking for. In terms of the resume, I would definitely print out on resume paper. Go to Staples. It's about $7 to $10. It's a great investment because it shows that you care. The components of the resume, you want to have a mission statement, just a brief statement about yourself, what you're looking for in this job market, and then you want to go into your experience. If you do have experience, name the last 2 or 3 places that you work for, and that'll really show your experience level to bosses. If you don't have any experience, you might want to name some curricular activities that you're doing in school, such as if you're a part of sports or clubs or anything like that. That really shows that you like to be out there and talking with people and can maintain a casual conversation. The last portion of the resume that you want to add is your school experience, because most jobs, they want to see that you completed high school or maybe you're in college, and during the interview they may look at your resume and have a couple questions for you. So if they ask you some questions, well, have you been in school? Well, yes, on my resume I did put that I'm going to so-and-so school, and I'm also getting this degree in marketing, for example, and that way you can strike up a conversation there. Lastly, I'll go ahead and describe the interview process. There's 2 types of interviews. There's a one-on-one interview, and there's also a group interview. The one-on-one interview can be just as stressful as the group interview, so you want to go into it calmly and relaxed. Number one thing is go ahead and when you approach your manager, go ahead and shake their hand and introduce yourself. And as you sit down, they may ask you various questions, maybe from your resume, or if it's retail related or restaurant related. I know personally when I worked at a restaurant, I would always ask, so if you're a host and you see 100 people walking through the door, what would you do? And that gives the interviewee the opportunity to say, well, what I would do is I would approach the situation calmly. I would open the door and greet every guest. And those are the kinds of things that managers are looking for. They might also ask personality questions to see if you can maintain a conversation. For example, if I gave you $100 and the weekend off, where would you go? well, I would go ahead and go to Disneyland and take a couple of my friends with me. Obviously, they would have to pay for themselves because it costs more than $100 to get to Disneyland nowadays. The next option is the group interview. These can be anywhere from 5 to 10 people to 30. I've been to both, and they can be quite challenging because when there's a panel of managers, they will ask a series of questions, and they want to see who really stands out and who can maintain that conversation, and that's what it's all about, just FaceTime, FaceTime, FaceTime. Now that you have some new tips and tricks, get out there and fight. Remember that FaceTime is crucial. Meet some new friends along the way. You never know what doors may open.